Rainbow Cup South African edition. Second game. It was the first game. Stormers and Sharks. I know the Lions and the Bulls are playing this weekend as well. But with the Super Rugby and the Champions Cup, I wanted to get myself back on the South African rugby train. It's been a long time since I've watched South African rugby, possibly even back to Super Rugby Unlocked. I didn't see much of the Currie Cup, and the preparation series kind of went by me in just terms of seeing results. I know the Sharks gave the Bulls a bit of a hiding, and the Stormers gave the Lions a bit of a hiding, but I know the Bulls didn't play their full strength team. But yeah, we're getting back into some proper South African rugby for me. And yeah, I am very pleased to see like so many familiar names back on the team sheets, especially as we look towards the Lions series. You know, some guys need some proper game time. It's unfortunate we're not going to have the cross hemisphere action between the existing Pro 14 teams and these four South African teams. But still, I've got the wrong hat on. Beggars can't be choosers. There we go. Too many videos to do today. Stormers and Sharks. I'll go through the lineups quickly. Like I said, some pretty familiar names. And yeah, you guys can let me know your thoughts on how this one is going to go. Like for me, I'm pretty excited because, as I said, I haven't seen South African rugby for quite some time. But for you guys who've sat there and watched Super Rugby Unlocked and the Currie Cup and the Prep Series, I get that there may be a bit of like apathy to watching another domestic South African competition just under another name. So you guys will have to let me know your thoughts on how you think that is going to go, and whether or not you're kind of buying into it, or if you're a bit kind of disinterested. I know from a New Zealand perspective, like some of the New Zealand players like Aaron Smith and whatnot have kind of said the current format of New Zealand Super Rugby, just playing the New Zealand teams week in, week out, they miss the trips to South Africa, basically, is what they've said. Smashing into your mates week in, week out gets a bit old. But anyway, the Stormers, it's an all Springbok front row with Kitshoff, who is captain, Ntubeni and Malherbe in the front row. So that's a proper unit. Interestingly, Mbonambi is on the bench, but Ntubeni is a good player as well. Schickerling and Orie is a pretty good locking duo as well. I know Orie, has he got like one Springboks cap from that Wales match in the States a couple of years ago? Schickerling's a good player as well, very athletic. Xaba, is it Xaba? Pieter-Steph du Toit and Engelbrecht at the back row. I think the biggest news there is that Pieter-Steph is back after what seems like the longest injury layoff ever. I mean, it's not. There's guys who've been out longer, but man, Pieter-Steph's been out for a long time. He had some minor injury that ended up becoming quite a serious one, and he's kind of lucky to be in a position to still play rugby from what I've read about his injury. But yeah, great to see the big fella back, especially in the build-up to the Lions as well, because you would think he's going to be a key man. Current World Player of the Year, is he? Herschel Jantjies is 10 with Kade Wolhuter, 9, and Kade Wolhuter is at 10, so that's the 19 combo. Herschel Jantjies, another Springbok. Still, you think, sorry if I've got one eye on the Lions tours, he's going to be still behind Faf in the pecking order, but he proved to be a really good little super sub player, and his nice sniping runs keeps defences honest. Wolhuter, did I see him playing Super Rugby Unlocked? I feel like I did, because he came back from France, right? Is he another potential guy in the 10 question? Because with Pollard just coming back from injury as well, out in Yankees is famously not the top performer at test level. Damian Willemse still doesn't have quite that consistency. Kurwan Bosch has got a good game about him, but it's not a perfect one. So I don't know. I don't know who's the next guy in the pecking order behind Pollard for 10. Rikus, Pretorius and Ruhan now is a pretty quick-looking midfield. Senatla, Edwill van der Merwe and Damian Willemse is the back three. Damian Willemse probably still looks more comfortable at 15A. I hope he doesn't have to do the goal kicking, because his goal kicking, unless he's worked on it, which I heard he has, but at Super Rugby Unlocked level, he was still a bit misfiring at times, which is a hard one, because I feel like goal kicking is one that you can practice, and it's a one-on-one thing. It's just you and the ball. It's one thing you can control. So Anyway, hopefully he does all right. Dan Duplessis on the bench, Fouche's on the bench, and so on. For the Sharks, Oxenche, Mbatha, and Thomas du Toit, the front row. So again, there's more Springboks in your lineup here. Ruben van Heerden and is it Raniel Hugo? My handwriting's pretty bad. I don't know him, but I know Van Heerden. Any insights into him, please do let me know. I feel like I've seen Xaba for the Stormers, but again, I'm not 100%. The big news, though, I guess, is Kolisi is playing for the Sharks against his former team, the Stormers. Remember, him leaving was kind of a big deal. He'd been playing for the Stormers for such a long time. Stormers captain to go to the Sharks. So I didn't read all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I know there was a bit of politics and money stuff going on, but either way, I hope he does well. Hinko Fenta and Sikamboza Notche, 7 and 8. Notche is another guy, like really good player, eh? But I feel like, and if you'll excuse me for digressing about the Lions again, no one's probably going to displace Vermeulen, right? So it's maybe that bench spot as utility loose forward that people are looking for up for grabs. Grant Williams and Kurwan Bosch is 9-10. I mentioned Kurwan Bosch, also another guy who probably needs to put his hand up for Springboks contention. His defense has always been his biggest thing. Guy's got a massive boot. He can kick it not only far, but he can kick it high. And don't underestimate the power of being able to get that extra hang time on the ball so you guys can get there and compete for it when he's putting in those up and unders or kickoffs. Very, very good in that department. Distribution's usually pretty good, but yeah, defensively can be a bit of a turnstile. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him for a long time, but that's always kind of been his issue. Jeremy Ward and Captain Lucanio are 12 and 13. Yo Pinkler, Sibu Nkosi, and Afileri Fassi are the back three. Now that is one of the most exciting back threes you'll ever see. Pinkler I've only seen a few times in unlock since he left the Kings. Nkosi everybody knows about, and Fassi, I understand he had a big injury layoff as well. Like, he's another guy, and you guys got loads of fullbacks in South Africa. I mean, Galanta's there as well. Leroux, if he's back playing. Fassi, there's heaps of guys. Fassi had looked, like, attacking-wise, absolutely phenomenal. So I hope he's back and fit and playing well. I'm gutted that Nohamba's on the bench because I still love that guy's pass. He has got one of the most kind of bullet-like passes you will see. Buthelezzi's on the bench, Helpster's on the bench, and so on. But yeah, as I mentioned, I kind of rambled a wee bit, half about the Lions tour, wore the wrong hat. Stormers by 2 is what Rugby Forecast's algorithm says for this one. The bookies here in New Zealand don't seem to be taking bets on this one, so I didn't see what the bookies odds. I guess I could look up a South African bookmaker. But anyway, time is a-pressing. I'm looking forward to this one. I think this one's on like 2 o'clock in the afternoon in South Africa from Cape Town. But it'll make it like midnight here, so I'll probably get up and watch it in the morning on a kind of replay. But yes, very much looking forward to seeing some South African players. I am keen to get your guys' thoughts. Do let me know how Wolhuter has been going, if you guys have been watching him play of late. Xaba, if the pronunciation's wrong, do forgive me on that one. The number 5 lock for the Sharks, I haven't written his name very clearly in my handwriting. I know he's opposite. He's with Van Heerden. So anyway, pretty pumped to see some South African rugby. It must be said, seeing the likes of Kolisi and Malherbe and all these great players is going to be very fun for me. But anyway, as I said, you guys let me know your thoughts. How are you feeling about the Rainbow Cup? And how do you think this one's going to go? Talk to you guys again soon. See you later.